What up, Whiskey Ginger fans? Welcome back to the show. This is your first time joining us. Like I always say, please tell a friend. Let them know about the Whisk Ginge. This week, my guest is Nikki Glaser. I love Nikki. She's the best. We've been friends for a long time. She's very talented, very funny. She's on the road, and we're on the road too. Me and Chrissy D, ladder 14. We are touring around the East Coast. We're doing 4 dates, October 8, 9, 10, 11. We're doing Wilmington, Delaware, Butler, which is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Scranton, Pennsylvania, and then Cape Cod, Massachusetts, dude. I'm so excited to do this. Go to andrewsantino.com for tickets. Also at andrewsantino.com is where you can find out the Patreon, where I'm doing one-on-one Cheeto chats and all sorts of fun stuff there. That's also has the link to our merch, which is andrewsantinostore.com. You can get some great stuff. This hat is no longer on there. The Red Rocket hat is down, dude. You got to grab stuff before they sell out. But go to andrewsantinostore.com to grab some of that cool merch that we've got, shirts and hats and highball glasses. And then go to andrewsantino.com if you want to know about tickets to come see us while we're bouncing around the country while we still can. I'm excited. I can't wait to see you out there. Whiskey Ginger is brought to you in part by Squarespace. Squarespace is incredible. If you're looking for a new way to design a website from scratch and you don't know what you're doing, they have world-class templates by designers to help you set up your site to sell whatever it may be that you're selling, and they do it easily. I use Squarespace. It was really convenient. It was simple. I'm not a tech-savvy guy. I'm not smart with the computers. But I figured out how to use Squarespace very simply. They set it up for you. It's very easy to use. And you can create all sorts of stuff, showcase your work, and put up a blog, publish content if you want, promote physical online business sales if you're looking to sell some stuff. I think they're pretty, the coolest thing about it to me is they show you how to create all these different extensions off your site. So if you want different subcategories of your site, like if you're selling stuff or promoting things, Squarespace helps you easily do that. It's not a headache. It's very simple. You can make it yourself and create it alone, or you can use their help because they're very, very helpful. I've used them and it's awesome. Squarespace is simple to use. Head over to squarespace.com/whiskey for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, just use the offer code whiskey. And you're going to save yourself 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/whiskey. Type in that promo code whiskey, friends. Get yourself a deal and publish your site.
In here, we pour whiskey, 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 whiskey.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
I'm so glad to do it.
I'm happy that you're here. I'll start it off right away just because I know you're...
Yeah, I have a car coming at 6:15.
Jesus fucking Christ, Nikki, you know?
And by car, I just mean my friend.
I was just going to say, you have a car service? You mean like just someone you know from LA?
Yeah.
Okay.
It feels better to say I do have a car coming here. I wasn't lying.
But it's a car of someone you know. It's not you're not that fancy.
No, I mean, sometimes, usually
you
when
are
I'm in
that
LA,
fancy.
I am that fancy
You
because
are.
I get production companies to pay for things that they should pay for.
You know
like
who
if
they
I'm
don't
going
do
to
that for?
promote, like if I was promoting something right now, I would have figured out a way. I don't always do this, but I would figure out a way for them to pay for my like Uber to get me a car service because I'm promoting the thing that they want it to be good, but I'm not promoting anything.
You know who doesn't get to do that?
Who?
Guys.
What do you mean? Bullshit.
Women in the business get so
give
many of
me a
those perks.
give
They
me
put
a
me up in the
fucking
Four
break.
Seasons. They put me up in the
Because we
Shangri-La.
ask.
We get put up in the Hyatt.
You
Regency.
guys just take whatever comes to you. And I know that there's a choice. I know that there's money in a budget to spend that they have to spend. And I'm sorry I take advantage of it. I don't go like,
No, you're not
"Can
sorry.
I get it?
That's
Can
what
I
you
get
do.
it right. No, I don't. I am not someone whoever uses my sexuality to get something. I'm not saying I never do.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I've never used my sexuality to get something because I think subconsciously you just do things that, you know, like through my life I've learned, going like this with my hair in a certain way makes people like me more. And so I learned to do that, but it's not like I'm doing it on purpose. I'm never like purposely like, you might get a blowjob later if you give me a ride down the street. Like
Did you mean what you just said? See? It works. See, it works, Nikki.
Well, I gotta use that more often though. But the thing is, I know I won't come through on that, so I don't want to lie to people.
Right.
And if there is a chance of that coming through, I would maybe use that if like I was a girl who was like capable of blowing random dudes to get stuff. I'd fucking do it all the time.
It's not your thing though.
I mean,
do you have friends that admit to you that they've used?
Oh,
stuff like,
I have friends who have slept for people for rent money, who fuck people for just to get by.
OnlyFans, dude. Do you have any friends that are doing OnlyFans now?
I think I do, and when I found out, I was incredibly empowered by them, and I'm like, do it.
Yeah.
Fucking do whatever you can.
Yeah, who cares?
And I only worry, and this is just my own projection onto it, is that they will be haunted by that stuff for the rest of their life.
In what way?
If it gets out.
What do you mean?
But that's just my fear.
Because
my friends don't.
What's the worst version of it?
I mean, it's all
They're
curated
on camera
by you.
having sex with themselves.
So it's like you're producing all of it. So you don't put up a picture or video where you don't look good. So it's kind of good because when you shoot porn, anything could happen and then it would be out there. I always think about girls who like accidentally like fart or like puke or shit on camera, and you know they don't use it. Like they won't unless it's like the girl has to like probably sign off for them to use them shitting or something.
You have to sign first, and then whatever happens, happens.
But honestly, there has to be some rule where it's like, okay, we all agree that like it doesn't come out if I do this, this, or this.
I don't know, because I knew a guy that used to direct porn for years.
Really?
And he was like, let me tell you something. Sometimes we would get accidental stuff, and that would be the best clip that we could produce from.
Or it would specifically hit a genre, a subgenre. That just by accident, you know.
You make a new one.
In the middle of it, they realize the people are related.
Well, like, look, do you think
they stop and
like
then they go,
Daddy and step stuff that got into that had to been an accident. Someone made a joke somewhere along the line was like, "Oh, what are you, my stepbrother?" And they ran with it.
Oh, right, like they were just like they were maybe breaking and they were like fucking around.
Yes,
like,
and they ran with it.
They had to swap film or whatever.
Swap dick, swap film, whatever they had to do.
New batteries. And then they're just like, yeah, and they're just shooting the shit and like, oh my God, like what if you were like, oh, okay, Dad. And they're fucking around, they're like, wait a second, that's gold. Stop right there. What did you say? Did you just call him Dad? Yeah, and then
someone in the back is like, stepdad, can't be real dad.
Yeah,
oh, stepdad, yeah, stepdad.
How are we not at real dad yet? Who's holding back from real dad? There's got to be real dad.
Oh, they're there.
Okay.
There. Trust me.
I mean, that's the next thing. You know how like there's always a next thing like we where it becomes kind of like ubiquitous to talk about like eating ass. Lisa Traeger has a great bit about how eating ass like was like in vogue. Like all of a sudden it became like people talked about it. Like it used to be something some people did. No one would talk about doing it, but people were into it. And now it's like we talk about like, oh, I ate ass. Like I can say that freely,
totally, and
not feel like, oh my God, people will they'll judge me, but it's kind of more acceptable. And Lisa Traeger had a prediction that pissing was going to become just as normalized.
This is crazy. I just read an article this morning about well, I don't want to make an accusation. I don't know, but it was about an athlete.
Yes. A woman that was just on a podcast talking about all these athletes.
Athletes that peeing on girls. Why? That's so weird. Have you been peed on?
No.
But pee is really
because
to me.
You get bored with whatever you're doing.
No.
And you don't
get that bored to pee. Urinate. No, peeing is weird.
I think it's a slippery slope, my friend.
Really?
I really do. I think.
With
I
urine?
think that yeah.
It becomes a slippery slope.
That's another porn genre. Slip and slides with a guy peeing at the top and girls sliding down. Yay! Someone's coming right now from that visual.
I know. I was just gonna say. Oh, I didn't even look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people on earth. I say that for all my guests, but I mean it once again today. Nikki Glaser is back. We are already in the throes of...
I know. It's like, oh, God, can she talk about anything else?
Yeah, let's talk about anything else.
No, I mean, it's...
When was the last time you saw me? You told me before the podcast.
Oh, yeah, on TV. On
TV.
Dave.
Oh, look at me on TV.
You're so good.
Grazie.
You are such a good actor, and it's like, I already respect you so much as a comedian. And just, there's something about seeing your friend on a great TV show and someone like you're just so proud. Like, I'm a fucking adult with a friend on a hit TV show.
Thank you.
It just made me feel like an adult woman, like with like cool friends. And like, wow, I've really become who I wanted to be, which is like, hey, mom, dad. Oh, that's one of my like really good friends.
Yeah, but you said your parents see you on TV all the time. You're on TV all the fucking time.
Yeah, that's how I
You just did. You flew out here.
That's how I get their love.
The first time. Yeah. Is it really? Mine's the opposite. My parents love the fact that I'm enjoying my life.
Okay.
But none of the things I've done so far is in their alley.
Do you do it though to?
Of course not.
Get their attention?
No, but I mean like.
Then it's fine.
I know, but it's. I want at one point in my career a thing that my parents like. You did guest hosting.
Yeah,
on Kimmel.
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing that your mom and dad can go. We watched that. So my parents have never. None of the shows I've ever done are a thing that my parents would have watched.
I'm sorry.
Without.
Everyone likes Dave. Everyone. Anyone can enjoy
Do
Dave.
your parents watch the show?
They haven't watched the show, but
See what I mean?
But it's not. They would love the show. They just haven't found. Yeah.
Is it their genre? Are they cool like that?
Of course.
Okay.
They would love it. My parents have great taste in TV. That's why I have great taste in art. Like it's all due to my parents.
So
it
you're
wasn't
so
me,
you
like,
don't have. You're not. I'm the opposite of them. You don't do the rebellious thing because
in different ways, but in
Yeah.
that way, no. My dad turned me on to Conan. My dad turned me on to female comics. Like I would not like my sense of humor was sculpted by like the TV that my dad
That's
turned me on
cool.
to. So they would absolutely love Dave.
Okay. Well, let's get him to watch it then.
But that's why I think I gravitated towards. I wanted to be on TV because I think I wanted that attention from my parents. Just like revere people on TV and they love TV, and I think that is an effort to gain their love for sure.
It is for you,
and they love it. And I'm living at home when things I do that I shoot in their home. Like I was on Real Time with Bill Maher, and that's my dad's favorite show. Like my dad's in love with Bill Maher.
Are you a Bill Maher fan?
I am.
You are.
I love Bill Maher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I really do.
I go back and forth
when people
with
don't
him.
like him, I'm just like,
There's moments that I don't like him.
okay, well, there's moments where I don't like. I hope that I don't like everyone I love all the time. I hope they are able to make mistakes or deviate from my way of thinking. Why do we hold our celebrities to such a standard that we wouldn't hold our friends? Like you and I are allowed to have different views on something.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, oh, you're an Andrew Santino friend. Okay, cool.
You do. I'm sure we all do that for some people. There's some people that have friends with people that are so extreme about things that I'm sure you're not friends with them.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's people that you associate with that you know some of their secrets of things that they agree with and don't agree with that you go,
yeah,
I don't love that about him or her, but whatever.
I don't know. I just like that he's outspoken about the environment and
look, he talks his truth. I'll say that. He believes in what he says.
I'm a fan. Well, I'm a fan because my dad's a fan. Like I like the music my parents like I am my parents' daughter. If I when people don't agree with me politically and I'm like, how could you like him? How could you vote for that person? And I feel that way.
You're talking about a governor in St. Louis?
Yeah, of course. I'm talking locally.
Yeah.
When I go, how could you possibly ever see any redeeming quality in this man and trust him to lead?
Yeah.
I go, you know what? If I was raised like she was, I would feel the same way.
Different worlds.
It's not like if I was brought up the exact same way and born the same way, I would vote for him too.
Sure.
So I can't be mad at her.
Well, you're a St. Louis kid.
I do.
Is Missouri blue? Missouri is blue or are they red?
The red is.
You got water. You spill water on yourself.
Oh no. How do I get it up? This does remind me of the first time I ever hooked up with a guy. Okay, so the first time I ever, it was like my first, I hadn't like kissed a boy and I was a junior in high school.
Wait, you didn't kiss a boy till you were 16, 17?
17.
Wait, why?
I didn't kiss a boy until I was a senior, nearly a senior in high school. I didn't have sex until I was a senior in college, and I'm not going to get married until I'm a senior citizen. That's my new joke. That's the one joke I've written in
I like it. I really like it.
It's got a.
Is it killing?
It tells you something about me. Then it has.
You know what it tells me? It tells me that you've been spending a lot of time with your parents.
It is.
It sounds like a dad joke.
It's a play on. It's a dad joke.
It's like
but it's still clever.
It's Seinfeldian.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But Seinfeld's great. I mean, it took a certain level of skill.
You don't do Seinfeld stuff.
No, because I could. Like, I feel like I revere that in a way. Like, I can't touch jokes like that. Like, I can't be like, ta-da-da-da, and then, like, take apart. Like, I've been watching a ton of Gaffigan recently. I'm on, like, a million tangents, but I've been watching a ton of Gaffigan recently and really, like, trying to figure out, like, I want to write a joke. I want to just see if I could do it.
He's extremely talented.
God, he's good.
He's one of those guys where, like, I put them in their own category now.
Goat.
Like,
I call him, he's my goat.
Oh, he is your goat?
Yeah,
for real?
I like established a new goat over COVID comedically.
He's it.
He's my goat.
Because you're delving back in his library and you're listening back to all the stuff?
I could switch it up. I mean, there's several names I put up there, but I think if I could have stand-up wise, anyone's talent level, if I could just have it,
would be him, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I just think that's what I would aspire to, but it's such a different thing than what I do, so it's weird that I would think that. Yeah, maybe it's that.
That's why you like him.
I'm capable of it. If I really worked hard enough, I'm capable, because it's just extremely hard work and really a lot of precision with writing. It just takes so much hard work. I'm not taking anything from him in terms of like he's naturally talented, because clearly you have to have some base, but he just works fucking hard, specifically at a style that is extremely difficult.
It's very him.
It's like, you know.
There's guys like that. Sebastian's kind of like that. He does exactly his style. He works extremely hard on his voice. Other guys that I think are good that don't do that, though, it's really interesting to watch. Like, Burr has a style and a voice, but he kind of meanders and goes into these weird tangents.
Yeah, his stuff is looser, and it's not, you know.
But Gaffigan's a marksman. He's very, very precise. I hold him in that. He's in a very, like, there's a separate category of guys like that do exactly their thing very, very well, and they don't tend to deviate at all.
But he
which I'm impressed
does.
by.
No, he
does. When?
Okay, just trust me. His newer shit, like, he goes to dark places. He talks about himself in a way that you're like, that was like fucked up what he just said. And then, you know, he's been doing that and kind of like dabbling in that with that voice, the critical voice that he uses, where he gets to say very honest things, but through the lens of someone else. It's not him.
Right.
So in that way, he is able to go to places where you're like, well, that just like got really weird and like said a lot about him. And I don't know. I just feel like it's more revealing than one would think. But I mean, like, would I take Burr's talent and ability? Like, Burr is again, like now I could switch goats today.
See, I can't.
Well, who's your goat?
Mine's only.
I just learned the word goat like last year, like super late to it, so I'm like really excited about
using it. You just
using
listen to a black podcast at one point.
No,
You're
I
like,
learned
goat. Interesting.
I think I learned goat in 2018. It was too late, but
really? Yeah, because it's over.
It's
no
awesome.
one says it anymore.
No,
it's
everyone should say it forever. It's so cool. It's so funny.
The goat to say the goat.
Yeah, to say goat.
A piece of me knows. I know you know what it means, but do you know what the acronym is for?
Yeah, but why don't we also say boat?
Best of all time?
We can just switch it over, yeah.
Goat, boat.
Oh, he's my boat.
Oh, he's my woat. What am I worst of all time?
Oh, yeah, woat.
Oh, she's the fucking woat.
Woat.
Ooh, that's a good, woat is great.
Who's your...
Who, her?
Oh
she's
my
woat.
God. We should just do a thing where we think about our woats in comedy.
I have 3 of them right now.
Okay, and then we just look at each other and like we just go...
Yes.
Yeah, yes, definitely them.
We know exactly who that is. No, mine's only because he died too early, but Giraldo to me when I was young I was obsessed. And I'm probably alone on that island.
No, you're not alone on that island.
I think a lot of people don't. People thought he was good, but I don't think anybody thought he was. The way I saw him,
he didn't get to reach the levels that Gaffigan's reaching, the levels that Burr's reaching.
He would have
like
been,
he didn't
in
live
my
long
opinion,
enough to.
He would have been fucking huge.
Unstoppable.
Huge. When he used to do Colin Quinn's show, he was so quick and so funny and so mean.
Brilliant.
And Patrice and him would just shit on each other. That always made me go, man, I wish I had that kind of confidence on TV. When I was young going, if you're that good and you can be that brash but also have so much written stuff, I was always just jealous of any time Colin's show came on of like how quick nobody was slow on that show.
I know. I'm glad that show's not on anymore so that I don't get asked to do it and have to do it and bomb.
Yeah, no,
yeah, because,
I think about that.
Because I couldn't turn that down. I would just go on. I would hold my own a little bit, but it would just be so. You'll be fine on that show.
Yeah, but I can always just feel like, wow, the guys that knew how to write for that show, that wrote beforehand, and also knew how to weave it within.
Don't you love that Dennis Leary clip?
It's literally the best clip.
I knew you were thinking of that because you said who wrote beforehand.
Well, he did because they always used to joke about who wrote before. Colin would make fun of people that they would call people out if it sounded like a too written of a joke.
Sure.
But that clip of Dennis Leary when he goes,
oh, it's so good. For people who don't know,
Giraldo and Leary,
you gotta just go watch it and then come back to us talking about it. But it's Giraldo and Leary on the same show, and they're talking about something, and Giraldo says a joke, and then Leary gives him shit for like writing.
Well, he said, well, first of all, I think they're on the topic of war or like international.
Yeah, some war
that was or something.
Like,
we're
what
too
was
dumb
that?
to know wars.
We were too young.
Too young and too dumb to know war.
We were in college.
The conflict that existed, they were talking about, and then. Giraldo made a joke and Dennis kind of came at him about it, and then they kind of went back and forth. And long story short, Dennis was like, oh, this guy's back here, the good schoolboy showing up early writing his jokes. And he goes, yeah, writing jokes, Dennis, that's kind of what we do here. We're comedians.
Yes,
and it was such a hit to his throat. And Dennis didn't take it well. He went back at him and was like, oh, okay, is that what we do? You could tell he lost, but it wouldn't.
It was over after that.
It was over,
line.
but
it
the
was
audience
such a killer line.
Kind of just couldn't really.
Oh no, the audience didn't even know what was happening. It was too quick. Before
that's one of my favorite clips to watch.
Oh, I love it too.
Sit in the Giraldo when I go dig into his crates. That's some of the stuff that I go back to.
So freaking good.
Tell me,
he's the reason. One of the reasons I don't I don't drink anymore, because the one time I got a chance to hang out with him and sit one-on-one with him and talk about comedy, and I was 21. Or 20. I was barely dipped my toe into comedy. I went to go see the Insomniac tour with Dave Attell, Dane Cook, Sean Rouse, and Greg Giraldo in Vegas. my friends from college met up my junior year. My friends from freshman year were like, we'll go to Vegas. And I was like, we got to go to this show. I didn't even know it was a taping. We go to the taping, me and my best friend. I just started doing comedy. We got asked to be seat fillers for the Comedy Central taping of the special.
Oh, nice.
We didn't even know there was a taping. Got to sit in like the third row. I'm all over it, laughing at Giraldo. It's like my first TV
you're
appearance.
on it?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It was so fun. Then afterwards, we got invited to this after party where they shot like bonus footage for the DVD, and they're like throwing this after party. So we went there, and we're like two of like 23 people there. Like it was like no one there. And then they invited us to go to the bar that they were going to afterwards, like Attell, I think, chatted us up. I didn't say I was a comedian. I mean, I literally
How long had you been doing comedy?
like a year.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
I got like not at all.
Because you were in school still.
I was still in school, and I was just, and my best friend, I was just like, don't say anything to anyone. I don't want to be like, I'm a comic. It's
I've always been that way.
I never want to bother them. I
Nope.
never want to ask comedians to watch my jokes.
Nope.
I don't want to, don't watch me.
I'm not a comedian. I'm not a comedian until they know I'm a comedian.
Yes.
And then
I
they
want
go,
them
you're
to
a comic too. And you go, I am.
Yes.
But before that, it's just like, no, just don't let them know.
I don't understand these young kids being like, will you watch my act, Nikki, and give me notes? Like, I'm just like, very precocious. That's going to work for you in your own way, but I would never have done that.
Yeah, but that's also because our generation is very different, man. Now they're able to put themselves out there so much more than we ever were.
Yeah.
The abilities. Think about this.
Yeah.
Do you remember getting a tape? When you first started, I remember the anxiety of someone going, hey, man, can you get this guy? This guy I know can get somebody if you can get a tape. And I was like, how am I going to get a fucking tape? I mean, it was so hard to just get a tape that was clean and good and concise, and it was a good set that night, and the room was good.
It's still hard to get a tape, by the way.
It is. Isn't that fucking
Yeah,
weird?
I have a friend trying to make a tape. It ain't easy getting
But
a
I mean,
tape. This
kids,
was pre-COVID.
The shots today are way more. You could tape every single set. You could bring this
right.
camera somewhere and tape every set.
Yeah.
We just didn't have the ability. No one really had the money or the ability to like film and do audio for everything.
Right.
Now it's so much easier. So if they can get it done faster to me to get it submitted somewhere.
Yes, you can get noticed faster perhaps because of that. And you can
It doesn't mean you're going to be better.
And there's a lot more avenues to like put yourself out there and find what you're like. If you can't get on stage every night, you can do TikToks. You can do different
Are you
people.
TikToking?
No, I can't do a whole new another thing. I downloaded it and I'm like, I would be great at it because I'm great at lip syncing. I'm great at memorizing things.
You could be like you could be Sarah Cooper 2.0.
I really give it I can't listen to him or look at him, so I can't really watch her videos and enjoy them.
I've seen like one of them, and then
she's really good at it.
Yes.
But I give it up to anyone who watches him all day. I mean, I know a lot of people to give us our news have to watch him, but I can't watch him. So the fact that she has to watch him to memorize. Have you ever tried to do a lip sync? They're fucking hard.
Yeah.
You have to memorize
no.
the way that they come in, and there's no rhythm to it, so it takes so much practice. You have to listen over and over. So the fact that Sarah Cooper has to listen to his voice thousands of times, like.
Did you know her before?
And she's really good.
Did you know her before all this?
No, I didn't know her at all.
And
I guess she was like a New York
Netflix special.
Great, good.
Of lip sync stuff?
Fine. Figure it out. Do whatever you want to do. You go. Get it. I don't care how people
get to where they're going.
To where they're going. If it's not good, if she makes a special and it's not good because all she's good at is TikTok, then it won't be good. And then who cares? And I know it's
Doesn't matter.
well, it's taking the space of someone who would be really good and who deserves it and who's been working longer. The world's not fair. People get super successful, super young, and if they aren't ready for it, they won't last. So I think she's gonna last. I think she's super talented. But I got some things early on that people had that same attitude about.
You weren't ready
I
for
wanted to turn down Last Comic Standing when I got it. I remember calling Tommy John again because we were both early, like in our stand-up career. I got Last Comic Standing. I was like, I don't deserve this. I can't. There's no chance I shouldn't be competing against the people I'm competing against. I knocked out Jimmy Pardo to be here. I've been doing comedy 1 year, and they chose me over Jimmy Pardo. This doesn't make sense. The show is stupid.
Yeah.
And then I remember calling Tommy John again. I was like in college, and he was like, yeah, I don't know if you should, maybe don't do it. Like, it's just, it would feel weird. Like, because we both are like, have low self-esteem. And so he was kind of directing me in that direction too, to be like, just give it to someone else. And I was like, well, fuck that. They want to give it to me. I didn't fool anyone. I didn't go, I'll give you a blowjob if I get on.
And you keep doing that. And I think you did do that somehow.
It seems to come very naturally to me. And
yeah, the way you do it, it flows right off your.
That, but it's, yeah,
I tried that. I tried the same thing at Last Comic Standing. I went, I'll give you guys a blowjob if I can audition.
Oh my God, I wasn't sucking dick at that. At that age, I hadn't even had sex yet. I was just so like, well, no, yeah, at that age I had, well, no, it happened after it.
After Last Comic Standing?
Yeah.
That's what really got you in.
The summer before, but it was only like, well, no, actually it was a couple times with them. But it was the summer before. But but I got in my senior year. But I did go and I felt like and people said that for so long when I was like a young comic was like, she got this because she's young and
Well,
she's
that's
like
that's the
a
hardest
girl
thing
and
for the
all
girl
those
thing
things.
is someone goes, she's just a cute girl, that's why she XYZ.
Exactly.
Yeah, that happens
So,
often.
but there's like you could say that about anyone, like, oh, it's just because.
Yeah, but no, not for a guy. You can't go, he's a hot guy, that's why he got that comedy special.
Why?
I don't know, it just doesn't
Hot guys
happen.
have comedy specials that they don't deserve.
Who? Oh, I got it. No, I know what you're saying. Well, I said this. Somebody said to me from home. My barometer is always my friends from home, and somebody was texting me and was like, "Who is this girl? Like, what is she? I don't know who she. I've never heard of her."
Right.
And I said, "Here's the deal. Netflix is a business. They're going to do what's going to be good for their business. So this idea that we have this opinion over what Netflix should be curating for you is so in your own bubble that you're like, what? It's like, dude, they're doing it to make money.
Yeah, they know what they're
analytically
doing.
know it's
This
going
is
to
what
make
the
money.
people want.
Yeah, and this is what they know is going to do well on their platform.
Right.
It's almost like saying certain. We got in an argument about merch. You know, we were talking about like what shirts would work, and I said we collectively agreed. Finally, at the end of arguing, I was like, I bet you the merch company knows what sells the best.
Why don't we ask
design
them?
wise? Well, because we were arguing over designs, and I was like, at some point, someone's got to know what does
sells,
better.
what
Yeah,
works, what
because
people
I have
want.
terrible fashion. I was
Yeah,
like,
why
I'm not
are
going to tell
you
you.
the one decide?
I have
Exactly.
terrible fashion.
Yeah, I
said,
outsource that
let
stuff.
those guys do.
Yeah.
Let the artists do what they know how to do the best. Anyway, that's how I feel about that whole thing. It was funny to me because people got, people got annoyed.
Whenever comics want to talk shit about someone getting something and they didn't get it, I get it, but I never take it like, fuck that should have been me. I just go like, what did that person do that I'm not doing? What can I do to get better? I'm not, that's not to say I don't get fucking so jealous of people
Everybody
when they
gets
get
jealous.
things, but I get jealous because I'm like, they do deserve it more and I need to be doing what they're doing. I need to figure out something that stands out as much as Sarah Cooper's
Right.
lip sync things.
In your
I
way.
need to find that thing, that specific thing that people are like, that's fucking like, it just that she found that and I need to find that. So that's why it's like more, it's I take it that way. And again, if the person sucks, they're not gonna last. And
Yeah,
if they
that's true.
do, you can get mad. I mean, that's not true. You could have 4 more years of the person that sucks and doesn't deserve the special that
could you
they
ever
got.
have 8 more years of the person that sucks?
They're trying. We might. We might have forever.
Yeah, you know what? You're fine because you're now living full time in St. Louis, Missouri.
Well, the thing is,
I think that's so weird that you've moved there. I talked to
Dude.
Andrew Collin about it, and he was like, I thought it was a thing that you're like, I'm visiting my parents often.
So did I.
But why are you doing it
Because
then?
I don't have another home.
What do you mean? You don't have a place in New York anymore?
Yeah, but it has no furniture in it, and it is I was moving.
Uninhabitable?
I was gonna try the word, but it is inhabitable because my assistant is living there.
In here, we pour whiskey.
Fellas, how you doing down there in your basement? Is it hairy? You got a moose on the loose? Huh? Are you rumbling around? Is your Area 51 need to be cleaned up? Get all that biohazard out of there? You shouldn't have a ton of hair in your basement, my friend. You should have hardwood floors. You should not have carpet. Just like me, baby. I clean it up. I keep it crispy and nice and clean. Nobody wants to search for your stuff, okay? And the only product you use in my basement is MANSCAPED. I love MANSCAPED. Honestly, the crop preserver. I use that ball butter, baby. That lawnmower. I trim it up all the time. I just trimmed it up a couple days ago because I'm trying to press the old bag, doing a little wag when I get out of the shower. And nobody likes a bunch of hair down there, dude. Get yourself some MANSCAPED. The Lawnmower 3.0 is premium. It's waterproof, includes an LED light, so you can really get into the nicks and crevices there without nicking your crevice. I have nicked my nuts before. I've done it a few times in my life. The old razor days, they're gone. Throw that out the window. Go get some MANSCAPED, dude. It's worth it. Anti-chafing boxer briefs is also part of the collection. And when you order now, you get 2 free gifts. You get a travel bag and the boxers. It's totally worth it. You'll thank me, all right? Go to manscaped.com. You'll get 20% off free shipping with the code WHISKEY20 at manscaped.com. That's WHISKEY20. 20% off free shipping with the code WHISKEY20 at manscaped.com. 20% off free shipping. Go to manscaped.com. Clean up your basement. Use that code WHISKEY20. From the moose to the caboose, always use the right tools for the job. Keep your tool clean, baby. Dun, 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 dun. You know what that noise is. Hope I don't get sued. Football is back. All the sports are back. It feels good. And if you're like me, you like a little same-day fantasy play, you got to go to DraftKings. If you're not on DraftKings and you never used it before, you don't know what you're missing out on. DraftKings is simple and easy and convenient. And right now, there's $8 million up for grabs across all of their contests. And if you're a new user to DraftKings, if you use my promo code WHISKEY when you sign up, you're entered to win $1 million prize. You're one of so many people that could win $1 million. It's so easy, so simple. If you've never used DraftKings and you don't know much about how to use it, it sets it up right in front of your face. It shows you where to go. It's extremely simple. If you're looking to have fun on Sunday. And football's back, and I'm very excited. Download the DraftKings app now. Use the code WHISKEY. For a limited time, users can get a free shot at $1 million prize, like I said. There's $8 million across all their platforms, and this is an extra special deal right now, the Week 1 bonus. Enter the code WHISKEY to get a free shot at that $1 million prize with your first deposit. That's it. You put a deposit in, you're entered to win $1 million if you use the promo code WHISKEY. That's WHISKEY only at DraftKings. Make it rain, baby. Make it rain. There's a minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for all of those details.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Your assistant lives in your apartment?
Yes, she lives in my apartment.
And why can't you also live there? It's a one room?
No, I don't want to live in New York right now. There's no reason for me to be there. I like living with my parents. I like being around my parents.
Are you doing stand-up in St. Louis?
A little bit here and there, but I couldn't do it in New York. I mean, I could do it outside.
Yeah, they're doing it in New York now. I see it all over the place.
I'm not really interested in doing park shows. I'm not like craving, unless the scene comes back the way it was, I'm not interested in going
Well, what are you
back there.
doing, though? Aren't you doing a tour right now?
Yes.
So you're doing an outdoor, a drive-in tour, right?
Yeah, drive-ins and like lawns. And there's just 4 dates. I'm just seeing if I like it, to see if I want to do it again, like into the fall.
Me and Bob are going to do it in the fall.
Yeah.
Me and Bobby are going to do like a little Bad Friends tour. I think
That's
we're going to live podcast. I don't think we're going to do stand-up.
Oh, that's so much
Q&A
easier than
like that.
stand-up.
That's
Fuck stand-up.
That's why I don't want to do it.
I have to do stand-up again. I am so out of practice. It's terrifying.
How could you work out?
The St. Louis Funny Bone has shows going on, and they're like, open
Inside?
mic. Yeah. And I wear a mask on stage. So it's not
What
a
about
good
this?
set.
Do you bring your own mic?
No, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about touchy things as much as I'm worried
But
about
the mic is up to your mouth.
Yeah, but what do you mean? Well, it's not like the droplets aren't spewing off the mic. It's like if I don't touch the mic.
Okay,
what?
scientist.
They're not. The mic is not producing any kind of air.
Oh yeah.
Flow.
Oh yeah.
What?
I'm going to send you an article I read.
About that you can get it from mics?
Microphone transmission. I swear
Shut
to God.
up.
Because spit collects on it, and when you're spitting and sucking and breathing, that it's stuff's coming off of it.
My back just started hurting as soon as you said that. Like,
do you think it's because of COVID?
Because I get nervous.
Oh, you get
when I get anxiety, it goes like right there.
Like that mic. That mic has
it.
been cleaned. No, I swear, I clean that mic just because I make sure that people show up with clean mics.
You're
fine,
about
but
it.
I wouldn't.
I just got tested.
Yeah,
I've
know.
been tested twice this week, so I'm good.
And that's more to say than you could for the regular test you should be taking in your life.
No, I'm not a whore. People think I am. I haven't had sex in 17 months.
17 months?
I think it's longer now.
No one said you're a whore. I was
2019.
saying it's not how often, it's who. That's your problem. Strangers off the street. You're really kind of a no-holds-barred type of person.
No.
I've seen you sleep with a guy at a bus stop.
Oh, please.
Stop it.
I mean, honestly, when you say that stuff, people who don't really know
They might think. No, Nikki's a good girl who doesn't do anything wrong.
No, that's
ever.
not true.
17 months ago is a long time.
It's so long, Andrew. It's stupid. It's criminal.
But you're living at home with your parents. You've chosen this lifestyle.
No, yes. I mean, this past 6 months, there's no excuse. But beyond, that before 6 months, there was 11 months.
Yeah, but you were working like a dog.
Yeah, I was working like a dog.
You were like constantly on the road, and then you were doing your show, and then you were moving. When last time I saw you, it was like back and forth, LA, New York, LA, New York, LA, New York. You were constantly doing shit.
Yeah, I was.
So you didn't take a break? You weren't chilling out.
And then I took a break at my parents' house, and I don't like it.
Could you bring a boy to your mom and dad's house?
No.
They would not be cool with it?
No, they live there, and that wouldn't be. First of all, I would never do that. That would be so awkward.
Funny though.
I mean.
Funny though.
Yeah, it would be funny. I think, I definitely fucked guys when I was like boyfriends if I had a boyfriend, yes, I'd find out a way to do it. I would be like, we're going to my room to podcast or whatever the hell. And then
By the way, that's what new kids can use now. That's the new phrase.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing up there? We're podcasting. All right.
Anytime I want to get away with anything in my parents' house, I just say I'm going to go podcast because they don't know what I do a podcast every day. So like, and I'm breaking it up.
You do your show from your mom and dad's house?
Every day.
Did
I
you
just,
make a studio there or something?
No, I'm just like walking around with a microphone like by myself, like in my front yard. Like
Really?
Yeah. I just like it's just like a really free formed like.
That's cool though.
Yeah, stream of consciousness. I say it's really weird. I've developed this like really kind of intimate relationship with people who listen, and they like DM me, and it's like I get into my depression. Like I go through it because when you're doing a show every day by yourself with no guests, you start to go. It's like solitary confinement of podcasting. Crazy. I get a little loopy where people are like, "Are you okay?" and they like worry about me. So, but yeah. So that is what I've been doing in St. Louis, and I honestly just don't know where to go next, Andrew. Like I don't.
Well, you don't want to be back here.
I know clearly that's what I'm hearing from everyone.
Well,
and
no one's here.
Sensing.
Everyone's gone.
Well, everyone's gone in New York too.
Yeah, but those people will all go back to New York because New York is still their home ground. For most of those people, they're from New York. You know, like I talked to DiStefano, and like those guys are just moving around a little bit right now because they have the freedom to.
Yeah.
But they're all going to go back to New York when the dust settles.
Right.
No one's coming back here.
But I'm waiting for the dust to settle. There's no reason I shouldn't be around my sister, who I've never thought I would ever live in the same city as her. What a joy that I get to see my niece and nephew,
right?
And get to be with my parents until they die. You know, like they're
think they're gonna die soon?
No, I mean they're so active.
Your dad looks really healthy.
My dad is in great shape. He's great. He's going on the road with me.
6'5". He's a big guy, right?
He's like 6'3". Yeah,
big guy.
He's just like an athletic, and he doesn't like do any, like he does sports, but he's just like fit and cool and fun, and always, he has a great energy about him. He makes me feel really lazy, and he's like always in a good mood. And I get to like hang out with my dad, and this like he's still like vibrant like that. That's not gonna be forever. So I'm just like kind of like
cherishing
let me just
those
hang
moments.
out as long as I can until this gets completely unbearable.
Right.
And it just hasn't yet.
Is your dad? Did you tell me? I know your dad's a musician and was your whole life, but was your dad a pot user or no?
No, he will like he'll take some edibles. Here and there.
You're not.
You
went through a phase.
Well, to be completely honest with you, I had quit for 12 days, and I just had a hit on the way here because I was feeling so stressed after Rogan that I was like, I just want to get out of my head because I was just you know, when you finish a 4.5-hour podcast with someone and afterwards you're just like, what did I say? What was that? Who's going to hear that? And it wasn't live. So usually when you get done with Rogan, you're like, it's already out there and people are writing you about it. And you're like, it's done. Can't even. Now I'm like, no, it's going to come out. And what did I say? And so, my friend who picked me up had some weed in the console.
You didn't smoke with Joe?
No.
So did he offer it?
No.
Usually he does. If he knew you smoked, I'm surprised he didn't tell you to. Every time I'm over there, he's always like, get high with me. And I'm always like, yeah, but I get too high on that show sometimes, and then I get deep into the throes of my brain.
Oh, I would have loved to have gotten high with him. He didn't offer, though.
Oh, next time. You should have said it next time. Just go, let's get stoned.
Next time I will.
But so 12 days, and now you're back on the train?
Yeah, I feel fine about it. I like to take little breaks. Honestly, when I first pulled up here, I was like, why'd you do that, Nikki? You had 12 days. But the thing is, that wasn't going to last.
No.
I would have just felt worse after 26 days. So when I'm ready to quit, like forever, I'll fucking do it. But right now, I just like, really?
Yeah. I don't know, man. It feels something came over me recently. Like, I smoked a joint at a wedding a month and a half ago, like a backyard wedding, and had a good time. But then ever since then, too, I was like, I don't know. If I never get it again, I think I won't care. I don't know. I can't explain it. It was like a couple of days. This like, well, I guess maybe I just won't anymore. Okay, I was waning off of it anyway.
Doesn't sound like you have a problem if the last time you did it was that long ago.
It's not a problem. I smoked pot for 25 years.
But here and there, it's just the times you do it, you don't like it.
No, it's not that. It's just it's not the same. I think the neurons aren't firing the same, and I think that has a lot to do with.
It's not worth it.
Yes, it's
the way it makes you feel is not worth it anymore.
Not really.
Okay.
I think it has a lot to do with my environment currently. I think when I was really active and had high level anxiety, traveling a lot, working a lot, doing this project, smoking was super beneficial.
Yeah.
For both my physical and mental well-being, and then my artistic too. I felt like I would get in these great grooves because of it.
Yeah.
And now, because I'm not on the go, my mind is like shifted to this other place, and it just doesn't feel the same to me. It's really strange.
That's good though that you recognize that, and you're like, I don't really. As soon as it stops serving you, I feel like that's how I quit drinking. Was like, it's not worth it. The good, the fun I have in it does not
Excuse too, but that's the difference. You were being reckless when you were drinking.
No, it was just like my hangovers were shit, and I was like, this makes me worse at my job, and I want to be extremely successful, and I can't. The second that pot makes me feel like I'm not doing my job well enough, like today, for instance. Right now, I'm like, oh my God, why didn't I ask Rogan to smoke with me? Why didn't I do that? That would have made a better podcast. I should have done that. That would have been a much better podcast, and I fucked up. So now I feel guilty if I smoke pot, and now I feel guilty if I don't smoke pot, because sometimes I think I'm better because I'm on fire right now. No,
You are on fire right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're killing it. You should have gotten high with him. You know what? The podcast with Rogan is going to be bad because of it. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be bad. He texted me, I said, Nikki's coming over to me. How was she with you? And he said, not good at all, but that's kind of how she is with me.
No, he actually said a couple times during it that it was one of his, like, he was like, I don't think I've ever, he was crying, laughing.
Yeah?
And said it was one of the most fun podcasts he ever had.
All right, relax, okay?
I think that's
he was inflating.
Verbatim.
He was inflating.
I don't feel like he's a liar.
No, he doesn't lie about that kind of stuff. Actually, he's very true to form.
No, I actually couldn't believe he said that. And I hate to brag about it like that, but I have to say that because I really am in this state of mind that if I don't catch it, I can go up, like, especially if I do huge things like that, or even like this. Like, a lot of people watch the show. This is a big deal.
People watch the show.
I would have stayed, like, this is like, I went out of my way to do. I know.
I'm glad you came.
Yeah,
because I also hadn't seen
something
you.
to me. Yeah, and I get to hang out with my friend Andres, talking about this on my podcast today. Like, oh man, I didn't schedule any social time in. I'm like, this is all social. I get to hang out with Joe, which we're only friends because I've talked to him on the air. We don't spend time outside the air.
Have you ever seen him outside of the
Yeah, at the store, and like I approached him and asked him if I could do his podcast, like before I ever knew him.
When you first did it.
Yeah, before I first did it,
Yeah.
I just went up to him because I knew he was nice. But we don't hang out. You and I will text occasionally, but the only time we've hung out recently is this podcasts.
And the last time you were in town, though, we went and got dinner.
That was a long time ago. Yeah.
That was the last time you were in town. That I was here.
No, I've been in town since then. But
that I was here. Was I in town when you were in town last?
Maybe. Yeah, I know there's been a couple times. I've been in town so many times since that time.
Yeah, but you ghost in and you ghost out, huh? You just really sneak in and sneak out.
I just don't have time to see you.
That's fine.
That was fun that we hung out that night. I did do a social. Yeah, it was good.
Are you still eating vegetarian?
Vegan.
Are you vegan? Are you vegan?
I'm vegan, yeah. I don't say vegan.
Oh, it's vegan?
No, my dad says vegan. It really bothers me.
Is your dad a vegan?
No.
Is your mom a vegan?
No.
So is it a thing in the house or nobody cares?
It's a little bit of a thing because my mom, I just know my parents are compassionate people who love animals. And if you love animals, you can't deny how terrible it is to eat them.
I know, but it's one of these dualities that has to exist. It's like,
well, I know it does.
It's like kids make my iPhone, but I still like it.
I know.
I'm
a complete hypocrite in so many ways about that, but there's just something about I can't deny that it breaks my heart to even go into thinking about it. So I do it for ethical reasons only, not health reasons, and not because I don't think those things are delicious. They're all
is your dad ever cooking bacon in the morning?
No, I don't want bacon. Ugh.
Does they ever cook meat around you and you smell it and you go?
I smell meat and I will go, that smells really good, I have to admit. I give them credit because I'm like, you're not wrong for thinking this is good, but just because you like something doesn't mean you get to have it.
It's okay.
Sorry.
That's true.
Just because something is legal and you like it doesn't mean you get to do whatever you want. Sometimes you have to police yourself and make decisions.
Right.
Good.
Well, how about this? What's the best vegan meal that you have?
I mean,
if someone was going to go vegan from this podcast,
they're either going to do it or they're not going to do it.
What if this could be the kicking point? What if they go, you know what? Maybe I'll try it. What's some vegan meals that you go, man, this is so good?
Just pick a grain, put some rice, and then veggies, and then tofu is really I love tofu, so that's a problem. I know people hate tofu.
It's really gross to me. I've tried it so many different ways. It's the one thing if I couldn't do it.
I don't know. I'm bad at telling people
pasta. You eat a lot of pasta?
No, I don't eat any pasta. I'm pretty low carb.
Isn't pasta vegan though?
I get to eat so much.
That's
the best thing about being vegan.
What about sweets?
I don't eat them.
You don't eat any sweets? Stop it.
No, I'm not going to stop it.
You're not going to have a piece of chocolate cake or something once in a while?
Yeah,
what about a cookie? It's got to be a vegan cookie.
I have a vegan dessert when I meet one occasionally, but it's I don't seek them out. But if I wanted to, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
But it's either you want to do it or you don't. It's not easy, and it's not as much fun as not being vegan. There's no doubt about it. It's a harder thing to do, but it's the right thing to do, and it's undeniable. And I don't begrudge anyone. I wasn't vegan forever, but I just can't. What we
I
do to
know.
animals is just so bad. But like I have an iPhone, so.
But the irony of that is like I have a dog and I'm in love with my dog.
Right.
But sometimes I want to eat her. She looks so edible.
I mean,
Like, I
don't
think
you
I
see
her
parts
little-
of their like
Yeah,
meat
her
that
little
you're
leg,
like,
and I
this
want
would
to
be
crack
good?
off her leg and eat it.
Oh.
You know what I do now because I have this problem with her, and I'm trying to teach myself. I need to put something on her ear. I bite her ears in the morning when she climbs into bed, and
Oh, yeah, you
I
used
bite
to.
her face. Like I bite her little ear, and sometimes I bite it too hard.
Yeah.
And then she goes, and she doesn't like it.
Cute.
But I need to put something on her ear that tastes gross, so I won't bite her ear anymore.
Oh my god, you have to do the thing that the kids have to do.
I
know what you mean, that,
the
like,
stuff under the fingernail. What are
Their
they? Yes, our kids don't bite
ears,
their nails.
I do want to
bite
bite
ears.
ears.
I
I've
like
never bit
dogs'
my
ears.
dog's ears. I'm gonna get into that.
Please bite your dog's ear.
Oh my
But
gosh.
in the morning, it's just because they're
sometimes I want to
floppy.
squeeze them so hard that they do go. Marion will go. Like
Yes.
I'll squeeze her a little too hard. I'm like, I'm sorry, I just love you too much.
I do that every day. I squeeze my dog so hard that she goes. It's like
Fucking dogs. Thank God for dogs.
I know. Honestly,
They've gotten me through this.
the pandy having the dog at the house has changed my. And also, when it not so obnoxiously hot, the walks that we were taking with the dog is like 10 times longer than the normal walks.
Yeah, they're loving it.
And she loves it. The only bummer that I learned, and this sounds like a dumb thing that you should know, but you know they say if you put your hand on the concrete and if you can't hold it for
Right.
15 seconds, it's too hot for the dog's paws.
Oh.
But you don't realize it because you're like
You're wearing shoes. You're
It's a
just don't
hot day.
even-
Maybe it's a hot day, but I don't think it's that hot.
Yeah, you don't think about the.
But now during these walks, I can tell she's getting annoyed. It's too hot outside.
Oh.
So we go back to the house early because we used to take. I mean, at night sometimes we'll take 3-4 mile walks.
Yeah, that's why the dogs like the shade.
Yeah.
It's not because they're like, I don't like the sun. It's glaring in my eyes. I'm always like, Marion, come on. We can take the sun.
It's too hot.
It's like their paws are singeing off.
Yeah.
Good Christ.
Yeah, we got to be
I
more
just am
conscious. Well,
overwhelmed.
but she's helped me, honestly, seriously. There's days when, like, I'm super fucking bummed and the pandemic is doing that thing where you get, have you had these where you get in your head and you do the tumbling effect when you're like, and what if, and what if, and what if, and it never comes back and I can't do that, and it's this, like, Plinko downfall effect of me going, well, if stand-up doesn't come back and then this doesn't come back and I can't do the touring and I'll spiral and I'll have, like, a crash moment and I just need to I'll sit with the dog for, like, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes outside. And just not think. Just play with the dog and throw the ball.
Yeah, that's
leave
really
my phone,
good.
and then it just kind of like wipes
I can't
my
do it
slate.
for that long. I just kind of cuddle them for like 20 seconds at a time. And
I
kind
can
of
play with
it.
this bitch all
That's
day
so
long.
nice. What a lucky dog.
Well,
I don't have that though.
No,
No.
the Plinko. You haven't gotten this downfall effect in your mind.
No, but man, I suffer deeply with depression.
Well, okay. What's the depression done to you during the pandemic? What hit you the hardest?
It's not. It just comes out of nowhere, and it's not even triggered by it. It's truly like a brain thing. Because I was just talking to Rogan about it, you know, on that podcast I did where he said it was like one of his
Where it
favorites.
wasn't
and
even
stuff.
that good. We didn't smoke pot.
I was talking to him about how like I don't. It's not situational. Like it can come out of nowhere for me. It can come out of. It's usually sometimes it's brought on. I'm really tired. I've worked myself too hard.
Yeah.
But a lot of it comes out of what we were just the Rogan thing of like me doing a big thing that means a lot. And
Overthinking
then
about it.
afterwards going like, why did I say that? Why didn't I say that? Oh my God, I could have done that. What can my life could have, then I do the ping pong of like, if I would have gotten, like just now, where my mind is racing while we're talking, if I would have gotten high with Rogan, I could have had like an amazing moment that made people like me that much more. And then I got that deal. And then maybe the head of that network, like it just, all the things that could have happened but then I started, instead, while we were talking, this is the math I'm doing in my brain. And I'm staying present with you as much as I can. But you even suggesting that, and I just am so fresh off this and overthinking it. But now I try to approach those things because I could just go into such a dark tunnel with regret of what I said and what I didn't say, and it can seriously fuck my shit up in a way that like I get so depressed after big fun things that it's not even worth doing them. But now I'm like, okay, if I did get high with Rogan, what if I said something fucking weird?
That's what
and
I would think.
Then I look high on camera, and the ping pong can go the other way. So
Right.
now in my head, I'm rewiring my brain to think about it as like, oh, I avoided something that could have been worse, and I could have been regretting
better,
more,
could
and
have
I
been
would have been
worse.
like, why did you smoke pot? Like I'm always going to be able to be mad at myself about
Do
something.
you manage it somehow? Do you take medicine for your depression?
No,
or
and that's the problem is like I have to get back on medicine because I am just feeling I'm hitting these lows and they're not even coming from what I just said. They're just out of nowhere. And I get like, I do the ping pong of like, I just feel worthless and I feel like completely have no talent. I feel
well,
like
that's true, but I mean, I don't think you should know that.
Right. Okay.
You're talentless, but I think but that's not something you should know because you're living in this great.
So you're telling me that I do see things clearly when I think I'm a fraud and that I've tricked everyone into thinking I'm funny, but I'm not really funny. I just laugh at what funny men say, and people watch that and interpret that as funny because men are too stupid to know that I myself am not funny. They just see a woman laughing at something funny and they assume that she has a sense of humor.
Took the words right out of my mouth. This is a fact.
I actually feel kind of intelligent that I even figured that out.
That you detangled all that?
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the problem with it is that when I start to second guess and I go, oh, you're not funny. And like, well, who am I? If I think I'm not funny, then who am I to determine if I'm funny or not?
You're very funny.
Because you can't, a funny person does.
I'm the guy that gets to determine who's
exactly.
funny.
I have to trust my friends. And
You're
that's when I
very
rely.
funny.
Thank you. But
we do all have those moments.
Do you ever feel like you're a fraud?
Holy, are you kidding? I feel like, I feel like I'm unfunny. There's times that I feel so unfunny that I go, I don't know if I lost it or if did I ever even have it, or was I just good at thinking I had it? Was I good at thinking I had it? But then you really look back and then you know what it really is? Go meet regular people. Go talk and hang out with normal people that have nothing to do with the business.
That's where I start questioning it because I go, these regular people are funnier than me.
Oh, see, no, I'm the opposite. I'm like, I'm funnier than all these fucking people. What do you mean? These guys, their brains aren't firing the way that our brains fire.
Yeah.
It's just not even close. Like, sometimes I'll be talking to someone that's a regular friend or a regular human, and I'll say something, and it'll go so far and fast over their head that I'll go, oh, shit, okay, yeah. It reminds me in a cocky way that I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm just, maybe that joke, they don't get my angle.
Yes.
And it's because I don't talk in water cooler talk. We're not good at, like,
yeah,
I'd be bad in an office.
Bad at it.
You know, being
and I'm
like,
not funny in those situations. Like,
really
it doesn't
bad.
inspire me to be good.
Well, because that joke stream is so broad that it's something we're bad at. Like, I noticed that, like, in the dad group joke stuff of friends, I'm slow in that group because it's kind of like I don't think like that. I don't have those kind of like. Yeah, I heard his boat had a hitch. Well, you know what they say about boats. You know, the best day in a boat owner's life is the day you buy it, the day you sell it. And everyone's like, and those jokes are so like broad and boring to me that
just any kind of street joke or like quote from a movie.
But that's what's popular usually in that world.
Yes, outside of this world.
Yeah. So remind yourself every day how funny you are. You watch back all your stuff. If you ever feel unfunny, watch back some of your great stuff.
No. I
you
will
have so
never
much
do
good
that.
stuff. I watch your stuff all the time.
Well, that's really nice of you.
To remind me that you are funny. I go, is Nikki funny? I watch back your shit.
I know, dude. I have to be reminded of it. I just feel like I have lost some of my comedic spark living during this pandemic. I mean, we
Everybody
all have,
has.
though. How could you not?
I mean, also, well, it depends on what you're going through too. Like your comedic spark will come after this is slowed down and gone the other way, because there has to be a billion good stories about your parents.
There are, but I can't like process them. Like I search through my mind and I'm like, I can't think of any jokes about it. I feel like I've just been in this like fog, but I've been really depressed and I cannot function. I cannot function when I'm depressed.
Have you had moments with your parents that have grossed you out? Like if you see, when you see your parents again as you get older and you're like, God, they do that? That's so gross. Or
like
that's
what?
so
What's
annoying.
your thing?
What do you know that I have one?
Yeah,
is that what that sounds like?
Yeah, it absolutely is. What are your parents doing that's gross?
It's not gross. It's just like when I was home. When I was home, it's just like the food thing bothers me because we have such different kind of. My mom always makes fun of me. She's always like, "Oh, I know," and they're very healthy for the Midwest.
Yeah.
But like my mom will be like, and I know you have to eat healthy food. And I'm like, what does that even mean?
Right.
She does this game where it's like, I eat the same food in California you eat.
Yeah.
I also have chicken and vegetables for dinner. Like,
right.
She has this like mindset that it's like, we don't have enough healthy
what's
stuff
the
for him.
gross thing that she's eating?
It's not, my dad eats really gross shit.
Like what?
Like pickled anything. No, but like, oysters from a can. It's like shit. I'm like, oh my fucking God. Like,
yeah, my mom will go and get like, she goes every day to the discount aisle of our local Deerberg's grocery store and like gets ham salad that's like on discount. And I just see this like gelatinous, light pink goop. And she's putting it on crackers. And I just get I'm just like, okay. Oh, she'll be like, got a squid salad today? $3.99 on sale. She'll be like excited that she
Excited
got
about the deal?
discount
Yeah.
seafood. And I'm like, Mom, if seafood is cheap, it's bad.
Give it back.
Throw it back into the
ocean.
sea. It's not. That's chum you're eating. It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
But she doesn't understand. Like, you have to pay more for good food.
Yep.
My mom loves a discount, and so she eats bad discounted food. And I'm like, that means it's bad.
Are they retired?
It's not like you trick the system. They know this is crap, and that's why it's cheap.
Yeah.
No, my dad still sells. He sells retractable awnings just for fun because he's a great salesman.
Patio awnings?
Mhm.
I need one.
Well,
Tell your dad. Can he sell
to?
to California?
Maybe.
He's got to have a distributor.
My dad goes, because this happens a lot. I'll go, hey, I got a buddy who wants to buy, and he goes, they always say that they're not going to buy. But yeah, give them my number. They're not going to buy. They just wanted.
The
They just wanted to be nice to you in conversation. They never buy. No, he's
What if
been
I
a
just give your
salesman
dad-
for 45 years. Like
Well, what
he
if I
knows
just give him the money for it and I never really buy it? I never really use it.
I'd love that. Oh my God, he would freak out. I gave out my dad's Venmo one night when I was like filming him at one of his gigs because he plays music locally, and like my fans just like flooded his Venmo with like like $5 here, but he got like
That's great.
my parents that are going up, they're like $250. What the Nikki? You're like they're just freaking out. So yeah, I love it.
Does he not make money doing local gigs?
He does, but now it's dried up because there aren't any more gigs. But he used to gig like 3
Oh,
times a
that's
week,
right.
and
No outdoor stuff for him though.
a couple things here and there, but like
He's an acoustic king, right? He loves
yeah,
acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
He looks like a guy. Your dad has a very James Taylor-y look.
Yeah, it's his vibe for sure.
Does he play that kind of stuff?
Yeah, he plays. Yeah, James Taylor, Wilco.
Your dad likes Wilco?
Oh yeah, my dad got me into Wilco. My dad has great taste, like musically, comedically.
Wilco's great.
Wilco is
It's a
amazing.
great-
They're my favorite.
Great group.
Yeah, I love Jeff Tweedy. I've been listening to a lot of Jeff Tweedy because he writes. He's like someone who has suffered with like crazy depression, the kind that I've been going through, and like I want to like talk to people and listen to people that are going through it.
So
I'm
when you
that
get sad,
depressed.
you listen to sad shit?
And I call Gary Goldman and I'm like, let's talk about how bad this gets. I really did. The other day I was like, I don't even call Gary Goldman. He's in my phone, but like I reached out to him because I was like, I am so sad, and
Yeah.
I only know one person who's maybe been sadder than me, and it's
I think he's been way sadder than you. He's the best at it.
I've been there. I'm close to that.
Yeah,
I
but
was like,
he makes like a comedy special out of it.
I know, good for him. That's what I'm gonna do next. I got to do something with it.
You're not that energy.
No, I've been talking about wanting to kill myself on stage a ton.
Really?
Oh yeah.
How would you
because
do it?
that's- If I had to do it, I mean, I don't want to tell you
Why?
because it's too specific and people will worry.
Well, I want to hear it.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to do it. I promise. Then I'm not going to. And
Sure.
I don't want to give anyone ideas. See, that really is the reason I'm
People
not
know
going
how
to
to
do it.
kill themselves.
No, this one's good. This one is like
What is
from the
it?
mind of Nikki Glaser.
Give it to me.
No.
Mine's simple.
What?
As much alcohol as I possibly can drink, and the tallest building I can find.
No way. That's
Yeah.
fucking dark as
Jump
shit.
and float. Jump and
No
float.
way.
Jump and float, baby.
No.
Yeah, because I want to flip a bunch, you know?
No,
I wanna,
you won't.
I want to
flip
soar
on
for
the
a little
way
while.
down.
Yeah,
No,
you
that's
do.
the worst way.
I go to the edge and I go,
would never do that.
cannonball! And
I would
jump off.
rather do anything than that.
Really? Jumping to
When
me is...
people jump, I'm always like, whoa, that's a different kind of depression than I have. No,
well,
no, no.
why? Well, okay, so what's yours? Don't judge my suicide.
Well, let me just say that the thing that I would probably do if it was like, okay, say a super volcano erupted and we were all gonna like choke on
Ash.
volcanic ash and die. That sounds like horrible. So I if I could, I would just blow my head off with a gun.
See, that sounds way more dark to me.
I know. Yeah, I was told by a therapist because that's the thought I have in my head when I'm really depressed. Is I just constantly think about like shooting my head.
Oh my God,
It's
really?
terrible. It's awful.
And you're scared of guns too.
Yeah, I hate guns. I would never be near gun. I can't watch on TV when there's like a fake, like when people just even point finger guns. I hate anything
Well, so that's a
with
good balance. The irony is that you probably never do it because
I'll
you're scared
never
of
do
guns.
it. No, I'll never do it. But that's the thought that comes to my head. And it like that's when I know I'm like, oh, I'm in for a fucking 5 days of like really like just feeling terrible. And like, you know, if you're having thoughts of killing yourself, you don't have much motivation to do anything. And it's
Right.
like really, it's just like I'm sick for 5 days if that thought's coming in. But if I would really kill myself, it's different. I wouldn't do that.
I gotta know what it is.
No, I honestly I don't
Luckily,
want to
our
say it
two
because
our
I don't want to
fans-
give anyone
You'll
ideas.
she'll never do it. We're just talking about
I would do something. Let me just say, easy cleanup. I think about the people on the other side of it.
certainly not the gun.
I have the gun. You
That's
can't
a
do
mess,
that.
such a mess.
I mean, unless you're like in the woods or something.
No, even still.
I mean, it's gonna be.
You know why it's
everywhere.
even harder
and
now?
then the deer will eat
Because
it.
you're in the woods and no, somebody's got to come. They have to get you out of the woods.
Yeah.
That's a whole thing. What if
Ugh.
they can't get you out conveniently?
No, not you. Don't go too deep.
Just a couple of feet in.
Just go where like it's if you make a mess, they can just kind of like kick some leaves, and then they're like have your parents have to move out of their house.
Yeah.
Because of it.
I always felt
Don't do it, and like then you're
Don't do it.
People that please don't
Don't do it.
But like, don't make a fucking maid come in and clean your fucking shit up.
Yes.
Go in the bathroom to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly think about those things when people like make a mess. You're like, okay, they wanted to send a message here.
Well, their state of mind is totally different, right?
It, like you were saying, like I would never. And I have one friend when she gets depressed, the thought she thinks of jumping out a window. It's just like constantly, it's just like windows. And it's
Really?
like, yeah. I mean, this is a very common thing.
But
I
think it's the gun thing. You're scared of guns. I have a weird fear of heights, so I don't think I'll ever
That's
jump.
so crazy.
Yeah, I would never jump. That's how I know. That's how I know it's crazy.
But that's how you do it.
That's how I do
Why
it.
would you do it if that was the thing?
Because I'm scared of heights. That would be conquering the fear and then saying goodbye.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I mean, the way to do that you think would be like the most painless, I mean, would have to be pills. Would have to be like alcohol and then pills,
alcohol and
right?
pills. Yeah.
I mean, it's not a pleasant end, but it's. I mean, honestly, if I could like, if I was really wanting to do it, I would like try to get like euthanasia and be like, and try to go take to a court of law. Like, I'm so sad, you should let me kill myself in a very humane
Kevorkian
way, and then
style.
I would go like to Sweden and do it. But then that would have to prove it. I would have to like really commit to it. It wouldn't be like just a decision that I make on the flight. Like, I think so many people kill themselves because they're just in one of those moments.
Yeah.
You should have to like earn it.
Oh, you have
and
to get your
prove
license
it.
to kill yourself?
Yeah, you should get a permit.
So you have to take a test before you can kill yourself.
You should have to prove. You should have to. Yeah, you should.
I used to want to write a story about that, by the way. There was an idea I had about a guy that wanted to kill himself, so he took like a lifelong vacation. He was like, fuck it, I'm going to go. And,
Yeah.
And by the time he got there, he was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yes.
But he had already kind of committed.
Oh, did he do it?
No. Well, in my head, in the story, no. But he has to pretend that he did, so people that he told he was doing it.
Oh, that's a good story.
And he has to go away
a
forever.
Story. You write stories.
I just write these things sometimes down in my computer.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because in the future that I might go, oh my God, I remember this
script.
thing that...
And then I can plug it into...
If it gets into something. Or if it gets into... It just becomes an idea for something else. I don't know.
Yes, that's a good idea.
I just jot bullshit down. Don't you just jot down shit all the time?
All the time. Like,
Whether it's jokes or notes or...
And it's all indecipherable, like months
Yep.
later. You have no idea. Like, I'm really bad. I'm trying to be better about writing in whole sentences and not being like, you'll remember if you just write
I
these
can't
two
do
random
it.
words. And I go hours later, I'm like, what the fuck? That's why I wanted to quit smoking pot, is because my memory gets pretty shot.
It
Like
does?
mid-sentence, I will forget my point. And I'll have to start, and like it was getting to the point, but the thing is, it makes me so much more like it makes me go in different directions in my mind. It just makes me happy. Like,
Yeah.
it lifts the depression for me in such a quick way. It's just an immediate out from depression, but I feel guilty about it because I don't want to be dependent on a drug like that, and it also affects my memory. And then I feel like I'm being a bad comedian, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna quit, and then I get really sad again, and then I'm fucking can't write, and then it's just like,
It's a loop. And then you're stuck in a loop.
But I think the thing is, I'm just like, just be nice to myself. And if I want to smoke pot, don't beat myself up. That's not doing anyone any favors.
That's a
just
good way to think
forgive
about it.
yourself for fucking everything if you can.
Yeah, because it's... But by the way, it's... And on the scale of things, it's not that big of a deal. That's how I feel. I'm always like, oh my God, this is not that big of a deal. Whatever.
I know, but if you look at your life and you're like, wow, how good could it be if I didn't do that? I think that
fucking
yours
knows?
isn't that. That's true.
Who fucking knows?
Who knows?
We say that all the time, but it's also like...
But if you don't try, you'll never know.
That's true. You got to give it a whirl. But I mean, we always have this idea. This is why I feel like this thing about everyone's leaving Los Angeles now and they're all moving. It's like, and everyone has their own reasons, but there's a lot of guys that are leaving beyond Rogan, Segura, Diaz went back to Jersey. It's like, I think a lot of these guys think like, well, my life is going to be maybe not better, but extremely different from what it is here. And that in their mind is a positive. But I don't know. Like, you could go and be like, that was definitely a bad decision.
Yeah, it's called, in different programs, it's called pulling a geographic.
Where you just shift up your entire...
You just pick up and move, and you think that was the problem. And then you get to where you are, and everything's the same.
Right.
And it's just like...
Pulling a geographic?
Yeah, pulling a geographic. Oh, I'm just going to...
I'll just plop somewhere new.
Yeah, and it just it doesn't work like that. Sometimes maybe that is the problem. Like, for me living at home with my parents, that might be holding me back a little bit. That might be like not what I want for my life.
But you didn't go live with them because you were escaping something. You did it out of...
But I did, kind of. I mean,
did?
it makes me feel like, I don't have a place to live, so it was very easy for me to surrender to be with them. But I could have gotten an Airbnb. I don't want another rent. I'm already out the ass for an apartment until next March. I started my lease on place March 1st.
Wait,
and
the
I'm
New York place you still have till next March?
till next March, and I've never even lived in it one night because I was out here for 2 weeks. At the
So you're
beginning of
paying
March.
for it. Your assistant lives there,
and all my
it's-
stuff is there, but it's like all my like clothes, no furniture, nothing else. And
Nikki,
what
are you doing?
I don't know, Andrew. What the fuck do I do?
Why?
What would you do if you were me?
Well, wait. Did you? The lease was March to March.
Yeah.
There wasn't a way for the pandemic to take care of that. To be
No.
like, I can't. No, really?
No.
They were like, no, you're good.
No.
You can't.
I looked into it. I called lawyers. I was like, pretty much you could say like, I'm not going to pay, but you will owe it eventually. So I'm trying to find a subleaser, but like at this point I'm out. I'm out like 65 grand
Really?
at this point.
Where's your place?
Chelsea.
That's what you get.
I had an elevator.
You want to
that
live in
opened
Disneyland?
Up into my
Into your apartment?
yeah.
That
And
is nice.
Before I was living in like a 4-floor walk up with like a terrible building. Like I've never treated myself to anything this good, and I never even got to.
And you didn't get. And you didn't
Not
even get
even
it.
one night.
Don't you feel like that's how it works sometimes? The world
was
where
meant
you're
to
like,
be.
that is exactly what would
Fine.
happen.
If that's what I lost, oh my God, who cares? It's like people lost so much worse. Thank God I have the money to take that hit and be like, you know
Right.
what? I just did I did a lot of extra gigs for that. Not
some
like,
gigs.
but not it's not a year's salary for me. So I was okay. I was in a
No.
position. It wasn't a risky financial decision because the worst thing happened and I was able to take the hit. But right now I just don't know where to go next. And so
Would you want to live in not LA or New York? Would you want to get rid of the coast and go somewhere else?
possibly. I was talking to Rogan about Austin. I'm like, should I go to Austin?
You're going to be another Austinite?
Why not?
All
I
these
have
people
no.
going to Austin.
Why not? Let's start a comedy scene there. Let's start a
People
new
keep saying
LA.
that. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't take that many of us. Me, Segura, Rogan, and then we get like 3 or 4 more. You got a scene, and that's you have every night at the store that like batch of people plus the local comics. That's a cool scene.
It is cool. And look, I love Austin. Austin's also
could work.
very expensive. There's this big joke that's like, your state tax in Texas is great. That's a good reason to go. That's probably the biggest reason why Joe's going. But
I'm not going to Austin, but if enough comics signed on to go to Austin
Yeah.
and start a new scene there, and Joe opens a club, and we've got the Cap City still and different like bars
Yeah.
and venues, you can make a comedy scene there easily, and then it becomes a hipper city. More people. We could just move LA.
it's a super hip city already, by the way.
Yeah,
I think if I take off, I would go to Denver.
I love Denver so much. I'll go there. I'll sign on to Denver.
Really?
I'm
Let's go.
open to a Denver.
Denver is it, I would traditionally
You and I start a club.
Let's go. We'll buy it. We'll compete with Wendy and then she'll hate us.
Oh yeah, we can't
We-
do that.
we'll,
we only
um,
want to contribute to the scene.
We'll do a theater, not a club. How about that? We'll do a small theater.
We buy a theater.
Buy a theater and turn it into like a
Club.
a club.
Charge up the same that Wendy does.
But you know,
$1 less.
yeah. But she'll be like, "What are you doing starting a club?" We're like, "We're starting a theater." I mean, there's a club inside of the theater, but we started a theater, Wendy. We didn't start a. If I would go back, I'd probably go to Chicago. I want to go to Chicago so bad, but I just, I don't know if
I was thinking about Chicago too. We could just go anywhere. I mean, we could podcast anywhere
Yeah.
until stand up really becomes like what
Alive
it was
again?
before. I have no compulsion to be in
is
either
mom and dad
place.
in rural St. Louis or in regular?
No, in suburbs.
Okay, that
Yeah.
was so yes, rural St. Louis.
I mean, it's not rural. I think of like farmland.
But rural's well, it's not the city. How about that, right?
Okay, yeah, it's
Yeah?
rural.
And is it boring?
I mean, I live with my parents and they're my friends.
Yeah, but you go to the store to get groceries. You go to
That's about it. No, I go on walks with my dogs. I hang out with my sister and her husband. And
older, younger,
younger, and she's
prettier.
awesome. And
Is she prettier than you?
yeah,
Do you honestly feel that way?
Andrew, it's like the reason I'm a comedian. You don't watch my material. I talk about her a lot. No,
I do.
no.
No, I do.
No, she's like it truly is. Like I have a sister who wouldn't.
But mom and dad like you more now. They're proud.
No. She has 2 kids. I mean,
What does she do for a living?
She's a teacher.
Oh, really? A teacher?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
I mean, my
You're
parents
on
think my
TV.
parents don't want any. They love us equally. I really did look out with parents who like actually equally love
Yeah.
us. And my dad even said the other night, like, when you have a second kid, you're like, how could I love anything as much as this first kid? Like, what am I gonna do when this kid arrives? And I don't like that. And he was like, but then Lauren came and like, you make room. Like you.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. So I know my parents love us equally. But yeah, she gives them kids, and I give them like, hey, your den is gonna be on Bill Maher tonight.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I think that's equal.
It's so equal. There's like thrilled with what I bring to them, and they like me being at home. We have fun.
You do?
I love my
Do
parents.
you have family game night?
When the power went out the other night, we played Scrabble.
Oof.
Yeah.
Can I be real with you?
What?
My least favorite game.
I love it.
Are you a wordsmith?
Yeah.
I would have to check everything up in the dictionary.
No.
Somebody could say something and I wouldn't know.
Right. You have a great vocabulary, though.
It's all fake.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what half of the words mean that I say.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's surprising because you fooled me.
I know, but that means that means
you're smarter than you think because you fooled someone.
Well, I know that you don't know. How about that? I know that you don't know either. When I say words and I know she doesn't know what that means either.
Just try me. Give me a word. I just learned a word this week. I learn words every week.
Triskaidekaphobia.
Triskaidekaphobia?
Yeah.
Okay, it's fear of
Triskaideka.
Treska. I mean, something with 3 deca is like a deca. Man, that seems like another kind of number. Scared of the number 46.
Honestly, it's a pretty good guess.
Really?
Scared of the number 13.
Yeah,
You're there.
3.
Triskaidekaphobia.
Oh my God, I was
that was really good.
Close.
That was good. That was very good.
God.
People who have an inherent fear of the number 13. That's what it means.
Oh yeah, I love the
people
13.
are born with a fear of numbers. I got into this
That's
wormhole.
Crazy. They're not born with it. They get it somewhere.
No, they see these numbers and something inside them, it makes them uneasy. You could look it up online. Most people, they can't trace why they're scared of certain numbers that they see in public.
Well, let me tell you, it's because your dad raped you in a fucking Michael Jordan jersey.
On the 6th. Oh, 23 freaks me out.
Yeah.
That's when my uncle started kissing me when we were both wearing Michael Jordan jerseys.
Exactly. That's why I don't know where it came from. Well, you blocked it out of your mind because it was a traumatic moment, but it came from
Okay, well, what is it? What is it?
The bus that hit your mom. It was on the license plate.
When people can taste colors and they can smell
synesthesia.
sound. So synesthesia, but they can't decide where synesthesia comes from. They say that's innate.
What do you mean? They can't decide where any of this stuff goes. Anything
That's
in
my
your
point.
brain.
So people are scared of numbers for
Oh, okay.
They can't decide. They don't know why it happens.
Okay.
Some people see
What are you scared? Do you have any phobias?
Yeah.
Go.
Phobia. I'm scared of this all ending.
Irrelevance.
Yeah, I'm scared of it ending. I'm scared. You know what I'm scared
of?
The
world ending?
Genuinely? I'm scared. No, a career.
I was joking when I said irrelevance, and you really have a irrelevant-ophobia.
Yeah. No, I'm scared of not being able to work. I have this constant fear in my mind of
what's gonna happen.
I don't want to retire. I never want to retire.
Me neither.
So now that this is forced retirement, or
being irrelevant, people forgetting you, people not caring about.
I don't know if they need to remember me, or I just mean I want to still be able to create and work. If I can't do that, that's very scary to me.
Okay.
If I just if some point it's well, you can't do stand up right now.
It's not a phobia though. It has to be an irrational. I mean, it is maybe a rational feel.
Super
but
rational.
You don't have any weird ones like numbers or bugs or animals or
stepmoms. No, I don't.
No, you love stepmoms.
Yeah,
you love
I'm
them.
a big step. What's your phobia? You don't have one.
I do. Air shows, 2-lane highways, and centipedes.
2-lane highways, air shows, and centipedes.
Mm-hmm. My arrest.
Cute. Those are all cute things.
Really?
2-lane highways, but a sweet little country road.
No, they're cars going too fast, 50 miles an hour, like this on a back road. Fucking.
That gives you panic?
Xanax.
Really?
Yeah, I can't.
I don't know if I really don't know if I have a phobia of I do. This is gross. A friend of mine sent something to me the other day that creeped me out. I'm a fear of dying young. I'm scared of dying young.
Oh, it's too late for that. So
fuck. You know what he said to me for real?
What?
He said, and this is a very nice compliment. He goes, "Sometimes I see you doing something, and I think you're talented enough to die young." And I was like, "No,
you
that's
definitely
such a
are.
sad thing to say."
No, you are, but you're not going to.
Nikki, don't agree with that.
You are. You would. Oh my God, you would be great at dying young.
No, I don't want to.
No,
please.
you won't. You won't die young. And guess what? If you do, you won't know because you'll be dead. It doesn't matter, Andrew. That's a dumb fear to have because you. I'm not.
But I think about it sometimes.
I don't mean to call your fear dumb.
No, it is dumb. It is very stupid.
I'm scared of air shows. I mean, that's actually you're just scared of dying, but dying young. What's wrong with dying young?
I'm not scared of dying. I'm scared of dying young. I just don't want to die before I feel like it's done.
But you're never gonna feel like it's done. So
yes.
Even when you die at 103, you're still gonna feel like I could do more.
No, I feel like my number is 96.
96.
I don't know why, but I feel like at 96, I'm gonna go. Okay.
God, I wish I had the sports knowledge to say you were raped by a guy wearing a blank jersey.
Or just or in 96.
In 90, yeah, or the year 96.
That's what it was.
I mean, that was a rough year.
It was a tough year.
What were you? Freshman.
We're the same age.
No, we're not. I was in 6th grade. I just bumped it up a couple years.
I
still have the ability to die young.
Okay, right.
You're right.
Right. In 96, wait, in 96.
No, Princess Diana died at 36, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm at Princess Diana death
I was 13
stage.
in 96. I was 13 years old in 1996. I was born in 83.
Oh, yeah. We are the same age.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
96, I
12.
was 13 years old. What was going on in my life in 1996? At 13, I had my West Side Connection Bow Down tape on loop. I was in love with vulgar, aggressive rap music. My father loathed the fact that I loved rap music that much.
Oh.
Like, hated every... He was like, it's disgusting. They're not even... They're talking.
Yeah.
They're talking.
I know. My dad hated it too.
But you know what it really... You know what it was? It's like, inherently, people go to this place, they're like, oh, that's just racist. No, my dad hates vulgar music. Like, it just never... He never got behind saying bitch and hoe and...
Yeah.
Like, he just hated
All right.
that. He
That's
just
okay.
bothered him. Because he likes good music, but he was like, I don't like the way they talk and that's...
Oh, that's...
So I was in the throes of hip hop. I was in love with it, and I was obsessed with learning how to break dance. And I could never.
Can you
break
still do
dance.
it?
No, I couldn't do. I was so terrible.
Oh,
You have to be black or Chinese. I don't know why. They're the only people that are good at break dancing. Asian kids and black kids are the only people that are good at break dancing to this day. You will never see a great white break dancer.
There hasn't been one.
There's some guy right now at home being like, "What?" No, just every great break dancer I saw as a kid, they were always black or Asian. The Asians are so good.
So you felt like this isn't gonna be. My
I was
thing.
obsessed
but
with it,
you
though.
tried. Isn't that embarrassing when you get out there and you're like rolling around and you're bad at it,
Well,
and your
with our-
friends
with
are
our
like,
friends.
"Go, go, go," or whatever they say. Do they say that?
Yeah, they go, 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 go. Who's next? No, we would be in people's basements, and you know about basements in the Midwest. We'd be in the basement, and we'd go to a room that has a, the unfinished basement, the concrete floor,
Yeah.
and put down cardboard and spin on
That's
it.
cool.
It's so lame.
No, that's cute.
Yeah, but if you could see it, if we had a video camera taping it, it'd be embarrassing.
13. Yeah, were you guys hanging out with girls back then?
Pimply faced, freckled, braces.
Oh my god.
Girls
Yeah.
were right around the cusp. We started to kind of hang with girls, but
Did
we
you
only-
like them yet?
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
13 you
Yeah.
liked 'em,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. But we
yeah.
only had like one good-looking friend. We were all very, very ugly kids.
Yeah.
Like we had one kid that was good-looking.
I didn't hang out with any boys.
No, when you were 13.
Not until high school. No, not.
Were
at
you
13.
afraid of being friends with boys?
No, just none of them. They weren't friends with us.
Were
and,
you
and
ugly
I was
as a kid?
A little bit. I mean, I was cute. I think boys did have crushes on me. I look back and like find out that like guys had crushes on me, or they just say that because now they like want to like think like, oh, I like Nikki. I knew Nikki Glaser was hot all along or whatever. I'm like, no, I don't think I was that.
But also,
Cute.
isn't that annoying? Like I've had a girl say to me, she goes, I always thought you were so cute, and when we were younger,
Ugh, come
when
on.
we were younger, and I know she's a liar because she
Yeah.
was good looking. She
Right.
was a good looking chick,
Right.
and I was not. And I was like, no, you didn't. You never thought I was. This is because you know me now.
Yes.
Just because you're like, oh, you're a successful guy that does his own thing now.
Yeah.
That's
they wanna
attractive.
they wanna be like, I knew all along, and yeah, and they wanna
And they
fuck
didn't.
you.
And they didn't. And
And they
you
didn't.
call out their bluff, and you're like, you're a liar.
Yes.
You didn't think I was cute?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. That bothers me about that whole like, oh yeah, I did think you were cute when we were.
It
when
makes
we
me
were
feel
young.
so good though because I wanted boys to like me so bad. So when I'd run into a guy from high school and he's like, "I always thought you were cute," I'm just like, it happened with
Do you
this
see
guy who
boys
was
at
like
home now?
married. No, this was like a year and a half ago. I ran into this guy like at a bachelor party that my friend was at, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And he was like, "You were so hot in high school," and like I just had such a thing for you, and I was just like. And I believed him, and it felt so. I mean, it felt better than
Did you hook up with him?
no married.
Oh, you didn't say
Yeah,
married.
no,
Oh,
he
I
was
thought it was
married.
a dude at a bachelor party.
Oh no, he's married. I was just like, God damn it! And I think he did say something like, "God, if I wasn't married," and I was just like, "Don't even like." We all know what that means, which is like you want me to go. I'm fine with it, and then no.
We could be temporarily
That was Nikki Glaser in 2008.
We could be temp married if you want.
Oh my god, yeah, no.
Well,
So, but
but-
it felt so good because yeah, I didn't get yeah, like to close up the story that I was started before I never got to. My first kiss was a guy that I was in a room with in spring break, and he was a guy from my high school that was like one of the most popular guys in my high school, if not the.
Were you popular?
No, I was like friends with people who were popular, but no, I was never in it
Same.
ever.
Right on the
Yes.
cusp.
Never
Right on the
invited
outs-
to the parties,
like this,
but like
just hanging over the edge.
yes, and sometimes they would go like, "Hey, come here and hang out with us," but like it was never like
Yeah.
I was never comfortable. I was never really like accepted in. But this spring break, my friends, me and my group of girlfriends went down to Fort Myers, Florida, and this group of boys happened to be down there. They're the popular boys, and they didn't bring any of the popular girls, and they were striking out. Like they weren't popular in Fort Myers, Florida. They were popular in Kirkwood, Missouri. So didn't get anything done. They come walking on the beach and see us, which is like not the girls, but they have clout with us.
Right.
So then they ask us to hang out. And then because there were no other popular girls, I got to make out with the hottest guy in school. And it was my first
Whoa.
kiss. And he like I remember he like spilled wine on my boob and was like, looks like someone's gonna have to clean that up. And then he was just like, and I was like,
Wait a minute.
I was just like, that is so lame. Like, it was so awkward. And then we like made out.
Your bare boob was out?
No, it was like, I
On
was
your
wearing like
shirt.
I was wearing a bikini because we were in
Oh.
like spring break, and I was wearing like, and I just remember he like spilled it on me, like, looks like I'm gonna have to. It was just, I just
And he
remember
licked
being
your-
like,
and he licked your boob?
yeah, and he licked, and that was the first time I had like my boobs like licked, and I was just like, this isn't so bad. Like, I was just like kind of like, this is so funny. And yeah, that was
What? He
crazy.
was drinking wine, high school wine?
Yeah, we were drinking wine. I guess we like broke into their grandparents like
I was
liquor
gonna say,
cabinet
whose
or wine
aunt?
cabinet. Yeah,
You guys
It was
want to
red
take
wine.
some Pinot out to the beach?
It was definitely at like a grandparents like
Why is it Florida? Fort
Florida
Myers. It's
home.
always Florida.
yeah.
Lost my virginity in Florida.
No way.
Yeah, Marco Island.
Marco.
Marco Island, baby. In fact,
Wait,
Florida.
you went to Marco Island before that gig? That is
yes,
Marco
yes.
Island. That's
Isn't that crazy?
usually people's first time in Marco.
Island. No, because I've gone to Florida for vacation 100 times when I was a kid. We would drive down there. Never with my family. Always with other families.
Yeah,
My family
yeah.
pawned me off to other families.
Right.
Marco, Sanibel, Captiva. I
That's
went
so
to all the islands.
fun.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was really fun. And that's
you
where I lost
your
my virginity.
Sweet.
That's where I dry humped somebody for the first time. That was my first dry hump virginity.
Nice. Oh my God.
Florida has a soft place in my heart.
I want to dry hump again. I think that's, if someone was like, hey, you want to come over and dry hump? I'd be like, yeah, listen, it's not going to just be that only that.
That's
but
how
if
it
someone
starts.
just wants to just like, that's all it's going to be. That's so hot to me. Because then you're like, we can't do anything else. I think I would have been really good as a Mormon. Like, I think I would have been
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I want to role play Mormon with the next person I'm with. I
Just
think
to build
like
tension?
Yeah, like we can't do anything else. And then like we obviously do. But like,
Yeah, but that's kind of hot, right? You
that's-
build up that. Yeah, that I
have
like.
to have like, because the problem with hooking up now is that guys just want to fuck right away, and there's no
Don't some
foreplay.
girls want to fuck right away?
Yeah, for sure. But I think we've been conditioned to do that because we don't get wet as quick, or at least I need like to be very comfortable
Sure.
and to feel very like to get wet, and like I think you guys get harder faster than we get wet.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of times I will be making out with a guy and he will be trying to fuck me within seconds, and it's like no, and then it doesn't happen because I have to be so much like no, and then it just like it kills the mood. When really, if you just took a little bit more time, you could fuck me.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like,
just because our computers are so different. You know?
But I think a lot of girls are just like, okay, and that's what the way. I mean, that's the way it used to be. But
Until you get older, right? Don't you see that guys that you hook up with now, aren't they a little bit better about the balance?
no,
Really?
they're worse. I don't know if
Guys
it's the
in
guys
their
I'm choosing.
30s?
Dude. Yes.
40s.
30s.
So you got to hit 60s and then they slow down. Then they don't have a choice. They can't just move
That's
that fast.
really good. I listen. That's where I'm gonna have to end up pretty soon anyway.
You think
Because like
you're gonna-
when
you
you
think
are
you're-
around the age of 36, suddenly all the men your age are dating women in their 20s because they weren't ready to have kids, and now they are, and they think that like women in their 30s aren't like able to have kids, or like probably they just start, they go, guys my age are going for younger girls. They don't want women like my age, or they're just not ready for kids, so they go for younger women because the women have time, right?
Sure.
And they think women like me are like, I want a baby, and it's just like it's not
Do
necessarily
you
the
want
case.
kids at all?
I'm open to it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You hear that, fellas? What does that even mean? You hear
I mean,
that?
but I can adopt at any point. Like,
Sure.
like there's no age limit on adopting.
do you
that I know
do
of.
the eggs thing?
No.
Who gives a shit?
I don't care about having my own. I really think I could love something that I adopt just as much. It would be nice to have my own, but like I don't really want to go through that. I don't really care enough.
The pain, the body
it's not
transformation.
The pain. Yeah, I mean that's all like a pain in the ass. I think I would actually like love it, but I just don't care about doing it that much. I don't really know that I'd love it.
Have you
that
started?
much.
Have you started to like guys with bad bodies? Has that hit you at all or no?
I mean, they're filling out a little bit.
I just know, like, I have girlfriends of ours that are single. They're always like, that are in our age range. They're always like, I'm kind of getting more attracted to guys with kind
Because
of
our
dumpier-
bodies are
dumpier
becoming
bodies.
worse, and we
No,
don't.
not necessarily.
No.
Well, yours is not. The one girl I'm thinking of that a
Right.
friend of mine, she literally was like, all the guys that I've been seeing now have kind of dumpy
No,
bodies.
I still like a good body.
You do.
I like, yeah. I
You'll
want
switch.
someone to take it as long as I'm keeping it as the way that
Tight.
Yeah, not, and sometimes I don't. Like, I go back and forth. Like, you can get a little sloppy, but like, if you stay within a range, you gotta stay within a range. I want to be attracted to you, but maybe these girls are actually physically attracted to guys that are in bad shape.
I think that's what they say. It's just like she likes the idea of a guy that's kind of like stable with his life, that the body thing isn't the focus.
That he's given up.
Not given up, but like that's not the focus as much anymore.
Oh, right. Okay, that makes sense. I could see that.
Because given up means like, oh my God, he's obese.
Right.
Just
No, that
someone that's
doesn't
like
mean
the body can't be the focus. At some point in your career as a human, you're like,
I don't think
have
people
enough
who are
time to
obese
work
have given
out.
up. I think we need to change that, by the way. I just want to go back
Really?
and say that. No, they haven't given up.
What happened?
No one wants to be obese.
In fact, they didn't give up. They went all the way. They kept going.
Well, they can't help it. They're addicted to food, and it's a real addiction.
It's
and
a
I
real
feel like
thing.
People don't talk about it enough, and everyone just thinks, oh, they're lazy, when really they're actually somewhat very. I want to change the way we talk about people who are obese. So I just wanted to make up, because maybe someone who is watching is obese, and now they're gonna feel like people think I gave up. I'm trying so hard. I don't want to be this way. I can't help it. And they're addicted to food and they can't stop. And I just want to say that I have a lot of
Well, I can tell you,
empathy for that.
I appreciate that. And I, as somebody who does want to, quote unquote, give up, I do have a little bit of a daydream of one day not having to ever run or work out again. And
you could do that and
getting
not
very, very overweight.
No, you're not going to get very, very
I hope so.
overweight. No.
I hope so. What if I want to?
You can.
You
can
don't think I
whatever
could
you
do
want.
it?
And I won't. And maybe that will have been giving up, but I think if you get that way, it will not be because you gave up. It'll be because you have something else going on.
Yeah. Or because I gave up.
You're never going to give up. You just said you wanted to work until you die, and you're so scared of dying young
I
because even though
know.
you're probably going to.
Why do you say that? Did you really believe that?
No, of course not, Andrew. You
This
really
is not
do
going to
have a
age well when I
phobia.
die.
Wait, oh, it really is not. We're going to miss you so much.
Thank you. Will
I'm
you
serious.
say? Will you say my obituary right now? Will you give like a sign off of that I'm gone?
Okay. Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. Andrew, I just want to say to you that my friend Andrew, okay, I'm really going to pretend like you're dead so that I
Okay.
don't actually have to go to your funeral because I probably have like a gig that weekend. So let me just get this done. Okay. I just want to say that honestly, you were one of the funniest people I've ever known. I remember the first time I saw you, which isn't very common for like your friends and like people you meet in this business. Like, I remember the first time I saw you on stage and I was like, what the fuck is he like? That is next level shit. I need to know this person. I instantly, the second I met you, you were just so kind. You want everyone to feel at ease. He's never mean to anyone. Anyone who knew him, if you had a problem with him, you probably deserved it. And if you didn't like him, you probably are not that cool. So he was just a great person. He brought so much love and joy to so many people's lives, and we will miss him so much. And
Come see me at Side Splitters September 9th.
oh God, I was trying to
10th,
think of
and
a fucking funny ending, and I just blew it. I was getting too sincere. I was really getting to a
That was
place where I
very
like,
nice.
but no, yeah, that's what I would say about
Okay,
you.
but let's say I'm not gonna. Fuck. All right. Well, if it
Well,
happens, it
I'm
happens.
glad that I already got it done. It's like when they like pre-write
You knock it
obituaries.
out. Yeah, that would be. You know how funny that'd be at my funeral. That people that if they like Skyped in or Zoomed in from wherever the gig and they were at, they were like, "Hey, what's up? I'm in Omaha. I just want to say what's
Yeah,
Andrew. I miss you. Hey man, I'm coming out state up Madison. I just want to say I miss you, dude. You're
Yeah.
dead, but love you." That to me would be a funny funeral. I would love something funny like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Skype
people
in,
will
Zoom
joke
in.
at your funeral. Like, yeah, people will.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be fun. It's cool that we're all gonna be there, and that like I'll get to see.
Stop!
People. And it's weird
This is
that
killing me. No,
it's
I'm not going anytime soon.
Of course, you're not gonna die.
All right.
But
I'm done thinking about it because it's
in
making me. It's
case
scaring me. No.
you do.
Yeah. You have it. We have it.
I am gonna be in Connecticut and New Jersey and Massachusetts and
What are your dates, seriously, that you're going?
yeah,
on the road?
27th through the 30th, August.
August 27th, 28th.
29th and 30th, 4 days in a row. Yarmouth. Wait. So we start out in. So I'm so sorry about this. Butler, Pennsylvania. Oceantown, New Jersey. And I'm saying that wrong. I think it's
Ocean City.
No, it's Oceantown, New Jersey. I think.
Whatever.
Oceanport, New Jersey. West Yarmouth, Massachusetts, and then Morris, Connecticut.
Big markets.
I had to learn all those 4
I
cities.
know.
Have you ever had to learn 4 cities'
No,
names?
I just hear. I know because I'm going
usually
to
maybe
Cincinnati.
one time you learn a casino gig where it's like in
Sure.
a weird city, and then like, but 4 in a row. I mean, that was like
That's like
exhaustive
that
for me.
casino in Connecticut is what? It's in. You know the name of the town. It's so weird.
God damn it,
it's-
the Foxwoods.
Yeah, you fly into Hartford and you do that. Whole
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Whatever.
No.
All right, go see Nikki because she's the greatest. Nikki, I'm going to get off camera. You're going to look at the camera and you're going to say one word or one phrase to end the episode. That's how we're going to sign off. Go ahead and look in and say it.
Pussy fart.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like that,